Hello friends, I'm Reagan, your new obsession. I'm a soft girl with glasses and cardigans who falls too hard and loves too quietly. What you're about to watch is episode 3 of my story, the one where everything got even more confusing and painful after that stormy night trapped with my boss. My ex showed up wanting me back. My heart felt raw and pulled in 2 directions, and I finally had my first real fight with the woman I couldn't stop thinking about, the same woman who remembered every single touch. If you've ever felt stuck between the past and something new that scares you and excites you at the same time, this episode is for you. Stick around because the tension is about to explode, and I have to make a choice I never saw coming. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what happens next. Let's go. After the big fight in Sinclair's office, I threw myself into the rebranding project like it was the only thing keeping me alive. I worked late every night, my fingers flying over the keyboard and my sketchbook open beside me. The designs poured out of me in bright colors and soft shapes that felt deeply personal. Every line I drew carried the pain I still held from Madison, the heat from that hotel night with Sinclair, and the quiet hope I was scared to name. The work felt emotionally resonant, like it breathed with real feelings instead of just looking pretty. I poured my heart into the logos, the color palette, and the way the images told a story of starting over. When I finally sent the final files to Sinclair, my hands shook a little. I wondered if she would see how much of me was hidden inside those designs. Late that same night, Sinclair sat alone in her big office with the city lights sparkling outside the windows. She opened my files on her laptop and stared at them for a long time. The room was quiet except for the soft hum of her computer. She did not rush. She leaned back in her chair, her steel gray eyes moving slowly over every detail I had created. The candle from our lockdown night still sat on her desk as a quiet reminder. She sat with my work for hours, her fingers sometimes tracing the screen as if she could feel the emotion in the lines. She saw how personal it was. She saw me in it, and in that quiet moment, something inside her softened even more. I learned the truth about why Sinclair took the transfer later, but it started to make sense that night. A year ago, she had been engaged to a woman she loved completely. They had planned a future together, but that woman left for a more stable option, someone with a safer job and a quieter life. The same kind of quiet devastation I carried from Madison. Sinclair did not become cold after that. She became careful. She built walls around her heart, so no one could hurt her the way that woman had. She had recognized me that first morning in the hotel. Not just my face, but the way I left, like I had rehearsed disappearing. She saw her own pain in my quick escape. She had followed my career through mutual professional circles for months before the transfer. She read my designs, saw my quiet talent, and decided Seattle was where she needed to be. The transfer was never random. It was because of me. Then the real bomb dropped. A gossip blog published a blurry photo from inside ONYX the night we met. The picture showed us at the bar, my body leaning close to hers, her hand lightly on my arm, our faces turned toward each other in a way that looked clearly intimate. The caption read, "New CEO and mystery woman, more than professional?" The photo was grainy, but anyone who looked closely could see it was me and Sinclair. The office erupted quietly. People whispered in the hallways and in the break room. Eyes followed me everywhere. HR got involved right away. They called us both in for separate meetings and asked for statements. I felt humiliated. My cheeks burned every time someone glanced at me. I wanted to hide under my oversized cardigan and never come out. We were asked to write statements about that night. I sat at my desk and wrote mine carefully, keeping it professional and short. I said we had met by chance and nothing inappropriate happened at work. My hands trembled the whole time. Sinclair wrote hers too. She kept it professional at first, but she added one unprofessional line about how she remembered every detail of that night and would not change a thing. Later she removed it before sending. I only found out because she told me later. That small line she almost sent made my heart race even faster. It showed she felt the same heat I did. That night, rain poured down hard outside my apartment. I sat on my couch in my soft cardigan and floral dress, still feeling raw from the gossip and the whispers at work. A knock sounded at my door. When I opened it, Sinclair stood there in the rain. Water ran down her jet black hair and her tailored blazer. She had looked up my address. We both knew it was romantic and a little concerning at the same time. She did not smile. She did not apologize. She did not explain why she had come. She just held up my sketchbook, the one I had left in the office by mistake. Her steel gray eyes locked on mine with that calm, certain look that always made my knees feel weak. "You drew her face out of your sketchbook," she said in her low, quiet voice. "Every page with her on it. You tore them all out." I stared at her, my heart pounding so hard I could feel it in my throat. The rain continued to fall behind her, making the moment feel even more intense. "How do you know that?" I asked softly, my voice barely above a whisper. My deep brown eyes behind my gold-rimmed glasses stayed fixed on hers. "Because I counted the missing pages," she answered. Her words hung in the air like a secret only we shared. The way she said it sent a warm shiver through my whole body. I remembered tearing those pages out in anger after the TV breakup, trying to erase Madison from my life. Sinclair had noticed. She had looked through my sketchbook and counted every missing page like it mattered to her. I stepped back slowly and let her in. The door closed behind her with a soft click. Water dripped from her blazer onto my floor, but neither of us cared. We sat on my couch together. The rain tapped against the windows like a gentle heartbeat. We talked until 2 in the morning. No kiss happened. We did not touch in that hungry way from the hotel or the elevator. Instead, we shared honesty that felt even more intimate. I told her how scared I was to stop running. I told her how the gossip made me feel small and exposed. I told her about the pain Madison left behind and how her own careful walls made me want to be brave. Sinclair listened with those steel gray eyes that saw everything. She shared more about her past, the woman who left, the way she had decided never to chase again, and how seeing me run that first morning had pulled her toward Seattle anyway. Her voice stayed low and steady, but I heard the quiet heat in it. Every word we spoke felt like a touch. Every honest truth brought us closer than any kiss could. The air between us grew warm and thick with something deeper than desire. It was real and scary and beautiful all at once. By the time the clock showed 2 a.m., my apartment felt like a safe little world just for us. The rain had slowed to a soft patter. My body still buzzed with leftover warmth from her nearness and her words. I felt seen in a way I had never felt before. Sinclair did not leave right away. She just sat there, looking at me with that patient, powerful gaze. The honesty we shared that night wrapped around us tighter than any embrace. It was more intimate than anything we had done before, and it left me breathless in the best way. The rebranding campaign finally launched on a beautiful evening in downtown Seattle. The big event hall glowed with soft lights and giant screens showing my designs. People from the company, the press, and even some important clients filled the room. My heart pounded as the lights dimmed and the presentation began. When the full campaign played, the colors, the stories, the feelings I had poured into every detail, the whole room went quiet at first. Then it exploded with applause. My work sat right in the center of it all. It looked beautiful and real on the big screens. Design press websites already posted articles calling it fresh and emotionally powerful. I stood on the stage with the team, my cheeks hot and my hands shaking a little. The company gave me a standing ovation. Everyone clapped and cheered. I looked across the room through the bright lights and found Sinclair already watching me. Her steel gray eyes locked on mine with that calm, certain look that always made my stomach flip. She did not clap loud like the others. She just watched me with quiet pride, like she had known all along that my heart would shine through the work. The night felt like a dream, but Madison made one final play. She showed up at the launch event looking stunning and deliberate. Her long chestnut hair fell in perfect waves. Her piercing green eyes sparkled under the lights. She wore a sleek dress that hugged her body and made heads turn. She moved through the crowd straight to me and pulled me to a quiet corner. Her voice dropped low as she whispered close to my ear. "The wedding is off," she said. "I made a mistake. I still want you back, Reagan. We can fix this." I looked at her, really looked at her, for the first time without the old grief twisting everything. She was still beautiful, but I saw clearly now. She had loved the idea of me, the quiet girl who made her feel safe. But she had never truly seen the real me, the one who cried in bathroom stalls and dreamed big anyway. My heart stayed steady. No pain rushed in like before. I spoke softly but firmly. "I love the idea of you, and you were really, really good at being that idea. But I don't think you ever actually saw me." I turned and walked away. Clean. No big tears. No loud words. Just done. The weight I had carried for months lifted off my shoulders with each step. I felt lighter and stronger than I had in a long time. Sinclair had watched the whole exchange from across the room. She stood tall in her perfectly tailored blazer, her jet black hair neat and sharp. When I walked over to her, she said nothing at first. She simply picked up a glass of champagne from a passing tray and handed it to me. Our fingers brushed, and that small touch sent warm sparks up my arm. Her steel gray eyes held mine with quiet heat. "Did you come to Seattle for me?" I asked, my voice soft but full of everything I had been holding back. Sinclair took a slow sip of her own champagne. The bubbles caught the light as she lowered the glass. "I came for the position," she said calmly. I stared at her, waiting, my heart beating fast. She looked straight at me, her voice dropping lower. And yes, the words hung between us like a promise. Heat rushed through my body. I felt the same pull I had felt in the hotel, in the elevator, against the wall in the candlelit office. But this time it felt deeper, safer and more real. We left the event together. The city outside was lit up and quiet, the streets shining after a light rain. We walked along the waterfront without grand speeches or big explosions of feeling. The water lapped gently beside us. City lights reflected on the dark surface like stars. We walked side by side, our arms brushing sometimes. No one rushed. We were two careful women who had run for too long, now deciding slowly and deliberately to stop. The air felt warm between us, even though the night was cool. Every step felt like choosing each other. My body tingled with quiet excitement. I stole glances at her tall, sharp frame in the blazer, and she caught me each time with a small knowing smile. The tension between us stayed thick and sweet, like something building slowly toward more. When we reached my apartment, the comfortable silence followed us inside. Sinclair sat on the couch, reviewing something on her laptop. The screen glowed softly on her cool ivory skin. I sat beside her, legs tucked under my body, my gold-rimmed glasses on, sketchbook open on my lap. I felt relaxed in my oversized cardigan and floral dress. The room smelled like the tea I had made earlier. No words were needed. The quiet felt full and happy. I glanced over at her. My pencil moved across the page, drawing Sinclair, not from a fantasy this time, but from real life. I captured the sharp line of her jaw, the way her jet black hair fell just below it, the quiet strength in her shoulders under the blazer. She looked beautiful and real. My heart felt warm as I drew. Sinclair noticed. She turned her head and saw the sketch. Her steel gray eyes softened. She closed her laptop with a gentle click and set it aside. The sketchbook followed, placed carefully on the coffee table. She shifted closer on the couch. Our knees touched. The air grew warmer and thicker. She reached out slowly and brushed a loose curl from my face with her fingertips. The touch sent a deep, steamy shiver through me. I leaned into it, my breathing quickening. We stayed like that for a long moment, eyes locked. Then Sinclair pulled me gently into her arms. Her body felt strong and sure against mine. She did not rush. She held me close, her hand resting on my back, her breath warm on my neck. I felt every inch of her, the heat through her blazer, the steady beat of her heart. It was more intimate than any night we had shared before. My skin tingled everywhere we touched. Desire bloomed slow and deep inside me, but this time it mixed with pure happiness. We had both stopped running. The next morning, sunlight filled my apartment. I woke up with Sinclair still beside me. She had stayed the night, her arm wrapped loosely around me. Her jet black hair spread across the pillow, and her face looked peaceful and beautiful in the soft light. I stayed still for a while, just watching her, my heart full. When she opened her eyes, she smiled, a real, warm smile that made my whole body feel light. We made breakfast together in my small kitchen. She cooked eggs while I made coffee. We laughed over small things, our shoulders brushing as we moved around each other. The steamy pull between us stayed, but now it felt playful and safe. Every touch, her hand on my waist as she reached for a plate, my fingers brushing hers when I handed her a mug, sent happy sparks through me. Later that day we walked in the park near the waterfront. The sun shone bright. Leaves rustled in the breeze. We held hands openly for the first time, fingers laced tight. People passed by, but we did not care. Sinclair looked at me with those steel gray eyes full of promise. "I remember everything," she said softly, "and I want all of it with you." Her words wrapped around my heart like a warm blanket. I pulled her close right there on the path and kissed her, slow, deep, and full of everything we had waited for. Her lips tasted sweet and sure. Heat rushed through me, but the kiss felt like home. That evening we sat on my couch again, this time closer. I sketched her once more while she read reports on her laptop. The comfortable silence returned, but now it held laughter and soft touches. When the sun set, we put everything aside. Sinclair turned to me, her hands gentle but confident as she pulled me into her lap. We kissed again, slower this time, letting the desire build like a warm fire. Her fingers traced my back under my cardigan. My hand slipped under her blazer. We explored each other with care and heat, learning every detail like it was the first time in the forever time. No rush, just us, finally together. Weeks later, life felt steady and happy. We worked side by side at the office, stealing secret smiles across meetings. At night we came home to my apartment, or sometimes hers, and shared quiet dinners, long talks, and even longer touches. The pain from Madison faded completely. The walls Sinclair had built came down one by one. I stopped running too. We became each other's safe place. The end. Thank you so much for watching my story until the end. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for the next hot series. Your support helps me create more stories like this. It means more to me than you know. I would also love to hear your thoughts. So please leave a comment and tell me what you felt while watching. Thank you again for being here, and I hope to see you in the next story.